There's a small crowd of people outside the studio because we have here in the studio NEA Jazz Master and homegirl Dianne Reeves.
Hey.
Great to have you with us on the occasion of the Denver Jazz Fest. 4 days of music, 12 venues, 30 shows. One of them, your show at the Newman Center.
Yes.
With Homero Lubambo.
Yes. Homero Lubambo is my longtime friend. I refer to him as my brother from another mother. He's from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and we've been working together since the late 90s, I think.
Okay.
Our first record, you guys played songs from that record, from the Bridges record. That was our first record together.
That's Sunday, April 6th at the Newman Center, one of 30 shows at the Denver Jazz Fest, denverjazzfest.org. We'll talk more about that. But whose idea was it? We're going to get Dianne to play some music. Dianne Reeves, the DJ.
I'm open. I listen to a lot of music.
Well, you flipped your phone open and boom, okay, Abby's over there. Okay, what else?
I'm working
grabbing
on
these songs.
Oh.
You know, speaking of Homero, Romero, I always remember, and I was so appreciative of this, Dianne, when you came into the Phyllis A. Greer Performance Studio back when we were in 5 Points at 29th and Wealth. It was just you and Homero. It was a duet, and you recorded a take of Misty.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I remember that, and I remember it fondly because you said that you guys have been doing it on the road together and actually done it in Japan and so forth, but had not yet recorded it for, at the time, Blue Note, and it had not yet been released.
Right.
And so I asked you after that, and I think I sent you, I don't even know if I had to send you a copy, but I just called you up and said, hey, we would really love to include this tune on Live at the Oasis, you know, our albums that we put together with people. And you said, go ahead, use it. You know, it's something that I'm going to release later on down the line, but you'll be the first one. And that was such a beautiful take, and we play it from time to time. You can only get it on Kahubo.
That's right.
So again, just thanking you personally for that.
Good to have you back home in town. She can do her laundry and fill up the car and do all that house stuff.
Yes, absolutely.
But your schedule never really stops.
Well, you know, actually, I've started to slow down a little bit.
Okay.
Which has been really good. I still work a lot, but I'm able to say, this month I need off. So for the past 2 months, I've been off, December and January, and we just started again for touring when I went out on the jazz cruise.
We call her the Queen D. It's Dianne Reeves in studio here at KUVO this morning and picking out music with Carlos. And great to have you. Great to see you. And anytime, you know you're home.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad to be here. They said, you have an option. You can do it on Zoom or you can go to the studio. I said, I'm going to the studio. Yes.
Well, you know, after all these years, Dianne, it's kind of like, you know, there are so many, when you look around and the appreciation for this music we call jazz seems to me we're in a real renaissance right now.
I think so.
And there's so many young, talented singers and people, and you haven't gone through all of that in your career, right? Going back to the 70s. Here we are all these years later. How does it feel to when you meet some of these young people, or they meet you, and it's kind of like maybe it was like you meeting Sarah back in the day when you were really, really young.
It's funny,
you know,
that you should say that. A lot of them I work with.
Yeah.
You know, I have very strong relationships with, because, you know, one of the things that I love about growing up here in Denver is, as a young singer, all the vocalists, the local vocalists, would always ask me to join them on stage, you know, and be a part of everything, create this community, you know, because a lot of times in the industry, you know, it's like they would say like singers don't get along and all that kind of stuff, but I didn't come up in that. And so, you know, being around all of these really beautiful new voices, and like I said, I know them all, you know, and I'm excited because it just says that the music is not going anywhere. It's in a good place. They're I mean, and they're just extraordinary musicians. They're all defining their own voices, which is really, really important, which you don't have a lot. In some of the pop music, everybody starts sounding the same, but in jazz, it's about having your own voice. And so you have all of these beautiful, ways of expressing this music, and it's bringing a whole new audience in.
Yeah. It definitely is. Well, we've asked you to pick out a few tunes that resonate with you, to share with our audience this morning. We might as well get started with the first one. Which one do we have? Would you like to start with?
Do you have the Song Yi one?
I do,
Okay.
yes.
Well, I have. Can I say a little
Sure.
bit? So for the past 2 years, Rolex has what they call the artist mentor protege initiative, and it's been going on for about 25 years, and it's 5 disciplines. It could be dance, theater, all kinds of different things, but this particular time it was in music. And you go through this whole process of finding the right person in the world, listening to music, and they pick people. It's a whole deep process, and so many people have done it before me. Spike Lee was a part of it, Lin-Manuel Miranda, all these people have done it. And for 2 years, you get to be with someone. And you talked about, coming up during a time of Sarah. I think to myself, what would it have been like if I'd have been able to be around her like that? Yeah. I mean, I had the great Clark Terry, but, she's a vocalist, know. Yeah. But anyway, so I got a chance to work with this young woman, Song Yi Jian, who's from Seoul, Korea, and just a brilliant musician who is ushering in this whole other vocalese style of singing that is very emotive, and she's a brilliant composer. And so for the past 2 years, she's been touring with me, and we've been doing a lot of different things together. And now she's graduated the program, and she's out there, and she did this record with Vinicius Gomez. So here's Dancing Stars.
Song Yi Jian from the album Solitary Bloom and Dancing Stars, a protege of Miss Dianne Reeves. I see what you did.
Wow. Well, she did.
Yes, you're spreading your influence, but boy, did she take it somewhere.
Oh, she was like that when I met her. But the thing that I love is that, now with social media, we have these worlds colliding. She's from Korea. Yeah. He's from Brazil.
Yeah,
and they they found Vinicius, and they found each other, and they made this beautiful record. And she's done a lot of other things, people interested in hearing her music, but just really brilliant. Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Dianne Reeves is our guest, and guest hosting with some musical selections with Carlos, and Abby found them all. So we're just take us where you want us to go. It's like if you were in concert picking out your songs, we're sitting there and we're just like, just take us where you want us to go. We're with you. We're with you. You can just take us anywhere.
Well, I love trumpet, and there's so many great trumpet players, but I have to say that Sean Jones every time I listen to him, we just finished working together on the jazz cruise. He just wrecks me. I love, he plays like a singer, But this next song is like this Brazilian kind of inspired piece that he did in 2007 that I've always loved. And actually, I've performed it many times with him. So this is Allison.
Sean Jones on trumpet. What was the name of that piece? Dianne?
Allison.
Allison. That's right. Wow.
Yeah.
That's, like you said, good house cleaning music.
Yeah, it's so hypnotic,
Yeah.
or driving music, whatever.
Where was Sean from originally? He seems like he's been out there a little while now.
Yeah, he has been. He has been. Yeah.
I thought he was from New Orleans.
No. He's from not from. I don't know.
Okay.
I have to look that up real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dianne Reeves in the studio with us this morning. Diane's back home for a while. And before we move on to other tracks, first of all, thank you for joining us on the morning set on this Thursday. Dianne, you've the inevitable question that most people always want to know about is what's happening with you musically? What are you working on? What can we expect to hear in terms of new recordings? Or
Well, I have a couple of things that I'm in the process of doing. Right now, just completed a duet record. After all these years of working with Romero, we never recorded a record together, and we finished this past summer. Actually, recorded here in Denver. And so that's coming out. It's called Us.
Cool.
And it's just all the songs that we've done over the years and some new things. And so I'm really excited about that. I'm currently working on my bigger record. And then I have another project that I really can't say a whole lot about, but I'm doing a project with Branford Marsalis.
Okay.
And we record in August.
All right.
Yeah. So it's been a while because I haven't had a record out since 2013.
No.
Yes, but it doesn't feel like it. I think the older you get, the shorter the years are. But no, a lot of things have happened, over that time, and other interests and other things. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, cool.
Dianne Reeves in the house in KUVO studios this morning, guest hosting and picking out music with Carlos. And her phone is loaded with tracks. And she's, no, Abby, change this one. No, Abby, change that one.
And we're hearing from our listeners here online as well. We heard from Eugenio. He says, thank you. Also heard from another listener, Dianne Reeves, welcome back, listening to Come In.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's all good.
Wow, that's nice.
So, what do we have lined up next? What do you
Okay,
wanna do?
let's do Rini Rosnes. I'm playing all the things that have sentimental value to me, for me. And Rini and I worked together over the years. And once again, she was on the ship too. And it was really nice connecting with her. And since the passing of the great Wayne Shorter, we went back. I started doing this piece again. And this is the lyrics written by Kitty Margolis, and it's Ancient Footprints, which is footprints.
The Denver Jazz Fest is coming up April 3rd through 6th with 12 venues across Metro Denver and Boulder, 30 shows, including Miss Dianne Reeves on Sunday, April 6th, an afternoon 4 p.m. show at Newman Center. You're going to want some information on this event. It's denverjazz.org. Dianne Reeves in the building, in the house. Mm-hmm. Great to have you.
I'm glad to be here, and I'm really excited about this festival. I love how, Denver has always really celebrated jazz music, all the way back from Dick Gibson, remember?
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah.
And so, and the 5 Points and all of these different things that, have always been there to celebrate this music. And this is exciting because it's going to be in so many venues, so that, that it's just going to be like a festival atmosphere where you just go around and you hear folks. And there are a lot of other festivals that have that kind of thing, and it keeps the energy and the excitement lifted when you have that. And then artists can go see other artists, which is really nice.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you about that because you've mentioned a couple times being on the ship, on the jazz cruise and so forth. That's got to be very special for the artist because you not only get to go hear them, but you get to go hang if you need to.
Oh, right. It's like me and Herlin Riley sitting up listening to Sullivan Fortner after he just won this wonderful Grammy with Samara Joy. And, and it's just like, Terrell Stafford, all these different people. Once again, Sean Jones and Renee Rosnes. There was so many, Christian McBride, and we were all like getting together and laughing and just cutting up. And the other thing that was really cool is they all brought their moms, which was that was cool.
Wow. So
But I like that. I like that kind of atmosphere. So bringing that to Denver is really, really special.
Gosh.
Well, we're looking forward to the Denver Jazz Fest because it comes at an important time, right at the beginning of Jazz Appreciation Month.
That's right.
And there's lots to see, lots of folks coming in town, local artists as well.
Yes, and there are a lot of great artists here in Denver. Amazing artists,
Details at denverjazz.org. Time has flown. You used up all your time, Dianne.
Did I?
You used it all up.
I tried. I did my best to say everything I needed to say in a short amount of time. But thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to come here.
This is your home station. You know that.
Thank you.
You always got it. You always have time here.
Thank you.
We just we really appreciate it. And shout out to Don Lukoff, our promoter from DL Media, who was here also very quietly back here doing it. Always good to see Don. So you got one more
I
song.
do?
Yes.
Okay, let's end with Lawns. Yeah, this is from Terry Lynn Carrington's New Standards, which I actually have a song in the book. I'm really excited about this record. And this is Samara Joy and Ravi Coltrane. On lawns we laugh